Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How's it going? Tonight I'm going to continue with my PowerTeam lures, flipping baits reviews, and tonight I'm going to do the conviction crawl. So if you guys have got these cool packs hanging around the house of PowerTeam baits, the black on there, I thought they were really cool. That's what the conviction crawl looks like. So that's actually green pumpkin right there. But I'll go through all the colors with you. There's not a ton of different ones on the site right now. Like I said last night, I don't know if those colors, they just don't make them anymore. Maybe they're out of stock. But I'll show them to you anyway. But there you go. In the conviction crawl, you got these nice big claws. You got these little flappers on the side, and then you get these little legs here. There's a lot of action. So the ones in the packs are very slimy. So I'm going to show you the ones that are in my... Man, they smell too. But I'm going to show you guys the ones in my box after I get all this slime off my fingers. But I do have some pro packs here from over the years. There's a discontinued color. But let me show you these quick here. Because like I said, there's not a ton of colors. But you don't really need a ton of colors. But let me show you what is actually on the site now. I'm going to turn the TV down a little. I feel like it might be a little loud. Okay. All right. First up, the black and blue swirl. You've seen this on the other baits. But there's your conviction craw in the black blue swirl. So, you know, on this one you can see I've taken the claws apart. When you first get them, they're going to come with those claws. They're going to be stuck together here. But no, I've just popped these off. And you can cut them off with a scissor or just pull them apart. Just be careful. I just like to cut them because I don't want to rip the bait by mistake. You know, and lose a bait just because I'm, you know, being impatient of getting it in the water. But there you go. There's your black blue swirl conviction craw. And, you know, here's that good old 4-aught hook, that EWG that I like to use. And you can pretty much use it on all of them. You can see on the conviction craw, like the other baits, it's got these two eyeballs there. So on these, like the other ones, you know, when you're Texas rigging these, you know, just go down. This one I must have used because that went in awfully. Just go down until you get to the bend of the hook, and then pop it through the bottom. Yeah, I must have used this one before. And then come up, and on this one, this doesn't have that line as much on the head. It has it on the body. But if you just, you know, if you just keep it straight with that line and fold it up, pop it through. This one has obviously been used before. So that's popping out of the back there. I'll get you a new one. I'll show it to you on the next color. The next color is the black with red flake. And that's with that black blue swirl with the red flake on it. You can see this one is obviously a new one. This hasn't been used. And this is how the claws are going to look when you get them. So you can just pop these off. And like I said, you can cut them, or you can just pop them. Let me rig this up here for you. A little extra plastic on the top there. Now, if you want to make that more flat, you could trim that off. Actually, I'll do it. If I have my scissors, I don't think I have my scissors. No, I do. I'm just gonna kind of cut off a little bit of that top there, just to make it flat. I like that to be more flat. Just trim it down just a little. It's not really that flat, but you guys get the idea. Good enough. It's a little more flat than it was before. So I've got my eyeballs on top. Just bring it through the bait. And once you get to right to that top there, bring it through the bottom. Yeah, it's got a little more meat to it than the other one. The other one was a little ripped up. And then once you got your hook there, just line it up with that line on the back. If you guys can see that, my hands are in the way. You can kind of see that line along the middle of the back. If you line it up with that, and then just fold your bait up, pop it in, boom. And it has that little cavity that kind of the hook will, you know, like I said, you guys can skin hook these if you want, make it totally weedless. I usually just kind of just let it sit there, unless I'm fishing like real heavy cover, or I find I'm getting hung up a lot. There you go. There's your 4.5-inch conviction craw. Now I don't like seeing these when I fish, so I'll take my scissor usually and kind of snip those off. to make it more clean. Looks like they're all from that side. That side's not too bad. Now it's a little cleaner. Oh, I see a little bit there just to annoy me. Get that off. There you go. I got a nice clean claws. But there's your black with red flake with that blue swirl in there. So there you go. Nice looking bait. Let's see. Next on the list, the Delta Destroyer. There you go. Like I told you guys with the other baits, one of my favorite colors, that red with that green in there, the green pumpkin. Great bait. Great bait color. So this is a little bigger, obviously, than your 3.5 inch, Texas rig jig that I did last night. This is an inch bigger. This is a 4.5 inch bait. So this is a bigger flipping bait. That's that Delta Destroyer. Showed it to you in the pack. Oop, that's not it. That's it. Oop, if I'm dropping them. And there's your green pumpkin. Can't go wrong with the green pumpkin. This one hasn't been in the water. These are still together. A little orange there on those claws. Sometimes I put a little orange on these little paddles. But usually I just kind of do that very tip of those claws with the green pumpkin. There you go. 4.5 inch flipping bait right there. Conviction Craw. Let's see, the green pumpkin with the light blue swirl. So here you go. Here's your green pumpkin with that light blue swirl through it, which really looks cool. Gives it a nice accent. And put a little orange on there. Put a little chartreuse if you guys like that. I usually kind of like orange with my Craw type baits. There you go. That's that green pumpkin with that blue, light blue swirl. And the last one that I see on the site is the Okeechobee Craw, which I don't have. Believe it or not, there's a color I don't have. So they must have come out with that Okeechobee Craw at some point, and I didn't notice, and I didn't get it. So actually, let's look. Yeah, Okeechobee Craw. That's the last one, and I don't have that one. But you guys have seen the Okeechobee Craw and the other baits I've had, so but you can get that in the Conviction Craw too, which I'll get. And when some of these colors, like if I'm going through this, I don't have. When I do get them, eventually, I'll show them to you guys. I'll just do an update on all my PowerTeam stuff. Let me get all these out of the way. I can find that paper towel. Oop, hit the camera. Move that back into place where I want it. There we go. So that is the Conviction Craw. So they only have those 6 colors on the site. Now I'm going to show you some colors I have that I don't see on there anymore. Now, like I said, they may be discontinued. Maybe they're just out of stock. They're just not listing them. But another one that I have, which was one of my favorites, is the green pumpkin with the purple flake. You guys can see that purple flake in there. I always like that purple flake in the baits. That makes it. It's a nice difference. So that's a green pumpkin purple flake. You guys know one of my favorite colors for flipping, especially dirty water, just the pearl white. I still wish they made these, because I've got those that are in there and these, and then I'm done, unless they decide to make them again. So PowerTeam, if you're gonna come out with a white again, I'll definitely grab some just to stock up, because I love white flipping baits for dirty water. Let's see. This I believe is that scupper. That green pumpkin scupper, whatever they called it, because it's got that darker brownish, greenish pumpkin in there. This might have been green pumpkin scupper swirl. I forget exactly what they called it. I could probably dig up my old, PowerTeam order forms and find out. But this is that scupper swirl color they make. It's that dark green pumpkin or brown, whatever you want to call it. I don't think they make that anymore in the bait. Watermelon red, nice color. So if you guys have these old colors that they produce anymore, that's cool. You've got stuff they can't get anymore. So maybe they'll come back, or maybe they've just narrowed it down to those colors that they want to produce. And I think the last one is good old June bug. That's really cool looking. That's really cool looking. June bug creature bait. And like I've said with June bug, I like to put a little chartreuse. Sometimes I'll put a little chartreuse on these little tabs here, these little flappers, and a little bit on the end there. Chartreuse looks good with the green pumpkin. So that's the green pumpkin. And the other, I've got one more color, which I told you yesterday, I don't think it was a stock color. There are these little pieces of plastic all over the table now. I think this was kind of a run of maybe, Delta Destroyers that didn't come out the way they want. I don't remember if they were actually producing this color or this was something they did and they didn't like. And like I said, I don't remember if the team guys, they were just selling them to us, if they gave them to us, threw them in some orders. I don't remember. But this is another color I have, which is kind of like the Delta Destroyer with no green. So this may have been a different name that I just don't recall, but cool though. Definitely cool. And since I only have a few in there and there's none in the packs, it must have been one of those things where maybe they just wanted to, give us guys, send them out to the team guys to try out or to have. Because they weren't going to put them on, sell them to people. But cool looking. Anytime I get a different color, it's always cool to try it out at least once. But even the ones in the box are slimy. Whew. You will definitely get a lot of scent and from your PowerTeam baits. No shortage on scent. No shortage on scent. I mean, if you can't tell, but these have got so much on them. They're never going to dry out. I keep these down here for 50 years, and they're never going to dry out. So this is just a pro pack. This is that green pumpkin and purple flake. It's a pretty big pro pack. I don't know, there might be 2 pro packs together here. Green pumpkin. That pearl that they don't make anymore. That black. I think this is that black with a red flake with the blue swirl, and just the green pumpkin. I don't have a ton of the colors in the backup baits that I found, so going through inventory. If I find more, I'll let you know. But that's it, guys. That's the bait I wanted to show you tonight. Another great flipping bait. So you've got so many options at PowerTeam. If you like to flip and pitch, pick one. Try all of them. But this is if you want a bigger flipping bait for to go out fishing with. Try the Conviction Craw. To me, the Conviction Craw kind of gets to me, it's always seemed like it kind of got a raw deal. The Texas rig jigs always seem to be more popular than the other flipping baits, but this one always kind of got ignored a bit, which was a shame because it's a nice flipping bait. But that's it, guys. Thought I'd show you that one tonight. The next one up will be the Diesel Craw, which is a really cool bait, and then I'm going to finish it up with the Bully Grass Devil. Those 2 flipping baits, and I think that's it. I'm looking at my list here. That's the flipping baits from PowerTeam that I got to show you that they produce. I also have another bait that I like to flip, which we've kind of talked about before from other companies, so I'm going to save that one for the end. But tomorrow we'll do the Diesel Craw, which is cool, a real cool bait, and then we'll do that Bully Grass Devil. And that'll be it for the flipping baits, okay? So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I've said on the other videos, if you go onto the PowerTeam Lures website, and I don't work for PowerTeam, I am like pro staff type person, ambassador, whatever you want to call it. They offered me that years ago, and I was happy to do it because I love the product, and so I can share my code with you guys, which is MarkNJBass, and get you 15% off. So if you want to try these baits, or if you've never seen PowerTeam before, check them out at PowerTeamLures.com. But I don't work for them, so I'm not doing. They don't even know. They probably don't even know I'm doing these. But if they see them, I love the bait still, guys. All these years later, I'm still using them. But that's it for now. Like I said, tomorrow night we'll do the Diesel Craw, and I'll keep rolling. All right, I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.